We're back. Drafting commons and uncommons only. On our way up to Mythic. We're currently Diamond. We've been making good progress. We have been building some sweet decks. Mostly aggressive, but we did have that nice 5-color dragons. No rares. Yeah, I mean, drafting a good curve, drafting some little bit of synergy. But mostly just good curve and then a consistent aggressive plan has been working really well for us. We've been on a nice streak of 6 or 7, 5, 6, 7 wins. So hopefully we can keep that rolling here. Again, I'm Dueño, and I don't need rares, and neither do you. But really, the important thing about this series is we are helping you see what your deck should look like without relying on those rares. Then when you're drafting, you can feel free. If you see a sweet rare that fits your deck, throw that in there. If you guys have anything you're looking to see, a deck you'd like to see me draft, let me know down in the comments, and I'll try out a draft for it. All right, we have some people I didn't recognize in our draft, and we opened one of my favorite cards, Synchronized Charge. Other options here, just so you know, this is like one of the linchpin cards for the green-black counters deck. You really want to have these if you're going green-black counters. You saw our last deck did not have any, and it really wished it did. Other potential options here. Kintree Severance is really good, just solid removal. Pack Beast is really good in one of the white go wide decks. And then Wayfarer is like just your solid 2-drop. Strategic Betrayal is pretty good. I think black is one of the weaker colors, so I wouldn't really be looking to start. I think these 3 are probably what I would be considering. I personally have been loving green-black counters, so I am going to have a slight preference towards that. So if I think picks are close to each other, I'm just going to take the Synchronized Charge because I like it more. Next pack, we've got some interesting options here. So Glacierwood Siege. Ooh, we don't want rares. Come on. All right, Champion of Doosan if we want to just force the counters deck. Probably the best card in this pack is Roiling Dragonstorm. Just really good. Draws you cards, helps smooth your draws out. Fleeting Effigy is really good in the more flurry-focused red-white decks. Coordinated Maneuver is solid removal, but again, I think this is Dragonstorm's the best card, but I really like Champion of Doosan in my counters decks, and I'm going to take it. All right, next up, we've got Auroral Procession. This works really well if you have Glacierwood Siege. If you have 2 Auroral Processions and a Glacierwood Siege, you can just loop them. Relic is good in the Dragons deck. Not something we're looking for. Globe, also good. We are just going to take the Counter Boy, the Trade Route Envoy. All right, and we're going to keep moving here. Okay, so this is actually something I think is a fairly difficult choice. There's the Sniper or the Severance. Severance is good as just like 4 mana removal. Sniper is nice for filling out your curve. Getting some early points of damage in. Also plays good defense. I am just going to take the Sniper. We're going to keep going with our green creatures here. Now, something that's interesting about just having green creatures is we could end up going, we're not locked into green-black. We could be something else. So here, my choice is between the Stormbrood or the Devotee. I don't love the Rhino. Do I want a 2-drop? Or this puts 3 +1/+1 counters on target creature. You can do like a green-blue build, which could be fun. We haven't done it. I don't know if it's open or not, but we could take this or just take the 2-drop. I don't know. Let's try it out. I don't really mind missing the Sultai Devotee. All right, here I love Snakeskin Veil. Another thing you can do, again, when you're base green, you don't have to be green-black. You can do green-red. with like Wild Rides. Wild Ride on Champion of Doosan is really good. You can go green-blue, do like a green-blue aggressive deck, or your green-black. But here, I'm happy to take Snakeskin Veil. I think this is really important. In either the green-blue go tall or green-black. And our next pick. So we're noting a lot of red cards. I really like Jeskai Devotee if you're in red. Aggro. Duelist is probably like my least favorite 2-drop. But I am going to take the Hunter. Hunter works really well. It has Trample, so it wears counters really well. And then it works really well with these Harmonized cards and Renew. Because it gets a counter every time you play one. Okay, so if we're thinking green-blue, I could see taking the Blizzard. If we're thinking green-black, I would rather the Devotee. I don't know, let's take the Blizzard. Maybe we'll green-blue it up. But do I really want Blizzard in my green-blue deck? I don't know. I'm going to take the Devotee. I changed my own mind. All right, so we've got Wingspan Stride. The Songcrafter came all the way back. There is a lot of blue, but also black open. Focus the Mind is a nice draw spell. Let's just stick with the Devotee. Again, nothing very exciting. I don't like the Earth Carver a ton. Nightwatch, at its best in like true Sultai, not something aggressive. And then I don't love the Leopard. I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I'll take the Nightwatch. You never know. All right, here we have a late Procession, another Wingspan Stride. Worthy Cost, Tranquil Cove. Nothing I'm super interested in. I don't know, let's take a Wingspan Stride. I don't think I'm really playing any of those, but there is potential that you just like make all your guys flyers and kill them. It's been done. Yeah, we're looking for a little bit of direction here. Ringing Strike Mastery, not great, but can work if you're green-blue aggressive, which again, I'm not ruling out at this point. Notably, we saw no good counters cards. So, something to keep in mind. We did not see any of the green-black signpost. So yeah, we'll just have to keep an eye on it. All right, we got disconnected there, but we're back. First pick, pack 2, we got a Synchronized Charge. We like. This pack, nothing super exciting. I'm thinking of just taking the Snakeskin Veil here. A Jungle Hollow, Temur Tawny back can be good if you're green-blue. Ice Ridge Serpent can also be good in green-blue, but let's just take the Snakeskin Veil. Kind of still staying open to some different potentials here. All right, I like Alchemist in green-black. Really helps with racing against the red-white decks. And then also puts a counter on, which is nice. I don't think I'm playing that. Again, we're looking for some type of direction on green-blue versus green-black. Here, I will take the Aenoch Wayfarer. We know I like this card as a 2-drop. Does a little bit of everything you want. Finds you lands, puts a counter, or puts a land, puts like some of these Harmonize or Renew cards in the graveyard. Just all around good. Not playing the Nightwatch. Yeah, so really like to see some green-black signposts on commons. That is what I'm hoping for here. Game. You'd like to give me some of those. Some more Synchronized Charges. But yeah, some signposts on commons are what I would really like. All right, should we try the Inspirited Vanguard? I know I always say I don't love it, but I feel like it should be decent. Otherwise, we've got the Death Gorger, which is solid. Vanguard, Death Gorger. Vanguard, Death Gorger. I don't know, let's try the Vanguard out. Alright, I like a Pummeler. Pummeler is a solid 4-drop. It's not the best of the 4-drops, but it's solid. Also works nicely because it goes into the graveyard. I'd really like some more 2-drops. We haven't seen any of the good uncommon 2-drops in a while. But yeah, I think Pummeler is really the only pick here. You could go Whisper, but again, we haven't been seeing the blue aggressive cards, really. All right, so this is an option of Bloodflies versus Envoy. So do I want a 2-drop or the Envoy? Let's actually take the Bloodflies here. Bloodflies works really well with Charge. I think we're getting rid of all of these cards. What if you just played this for the Omen? Can't be good enough. All right, here, nothing great. We will take the Legacy. Alicia's Legacy does work well with trample creatures. And it also works well with creatures with Menace. We currently have no Menace creatures, but we do have 2 tramples. And then this gives our guys trample. All right, we're really going to need pack 3 to be good to us here. I would say this deck is looking unexciting. It does have a nice curve. I'll give it that. It does have double charge, double snakeskin. 0 removal. Which can make things a little scary. This is the type of deck. Maybe I want a Kintree Nurturer or a Whale of War. I don't know, let's take a Whale of War. Maybe we need a little value. This card is very good. I think it's best in like black-white. I mean, I don't think I'm playing a Crocodile, but maybe at this point. Yeah, this is an interesting draft. It hasn't felt like we've been closed off, but it could just be that things aren't being opened. But again, we're sticking to. We've got a solid curve. All right, we've got some removal options. Also, Corey Steelcutter, which is insane. If you haven't played with Corey Steelcutter and you see it, it is a ton of fun. I think I take Exhale or Piercing. I'm going to take Caustic Exhale over Piercing Exhale. All right, here, I could take a Skirmish Rhino. I don't really want to, though. Otherwise, we're taking Snakeskin Veil or Kintree Nurturer. I have double Abzan Devotee. Alright, maybe I'll take it. There's nothing really exciting in that pack. Alright, do I want a Caustic Exhale or a Champion of Adusan? I think I probably want the Champion. And we have 15 creatures right now. I love Caustic Exhale, but I think Champion of Dusan is just too good. Okay. Here's a 4th pick host. I like that. And then nothing. Even these lands aren't good for us. Blue, red, right, and red, green. I mean, maybe there's a world I play Sagu Wildling. I wouldn't want to. This is 24 cards. So we're already going to need to make a cut. It's probably the Crocodile. This is 16 creatures, 7 spells. We have this Exhale as our 1 removal. Do I want a Sultai Devotee? Another Whale of War? An Outrider? I don't really know. We have 7 2-drops and under. But these are not very good, and we already have a Kintree Nurturer. Guess I'll just take it. What are we cutting? Probably the Nurturer. No, probably the Rhino. Really don't want to play the Rhino. And the Nurturer is nice because it does help against the red-white decks. Having the lifelink can really turn some of these red-white, kind of where you're racing them. Can really turn those around. All right, here we got another Wayfarer. Sign me up. I might cut the Sultai Devotee. Maybe we'll run one Sultai, one Abzan. I don't know if I want 2 Abzan Devotees. Yeah, we'll probably do this for now. Could also cut the Legacy. Do I want another Pummeler? I definitely don't want another Bloodflies. I could see playing another Pummeler. All right, nothing for us. Tuned Hunter. Yeah, should we cut the Nurturer and go double Pummeler? Could also cut a 2-drop. Could cut the Vanguard. I don't know, I probably will just cut the Pummeler. Could also cut the Legacy. A Nightblade Brigade, which I probably won't be using. The issue with the Nightblade Brigade is it just attacks for 1. You really want it in a deck where you're making use of its 2 bodies, not its 1 body. Okay, we got double Snakeskin Veil, double Synchronized Charge. We have a really nice curve. How many things do we have that put on counters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, decent amount. All right, the Leopard is another interesting option we could consider. Oh, we got a ton of 2-drops. And an Outrider. All right, so we got to make some decisions here. I think it's really, do I want Legacy or Whale of War? I think I'm going to ditch the Legacy. Let's try Whale of War out. We haven't been playing it. Yeah, let's run it like this. 17 lands. We got our double Wayfarer. I could see doing 16 lands, but I don't know. Let's try it out. We're trying a couple different cards. This will be a great question of, does just solid curve able to win games? Right? This is 17 creatures, super solid curve, 1 1-drop, 8 2-drops, 4 3, 3 4, 1 5, double charge, double veil, 1 removal. Yeah, I think our biggest issue is going to be if our opponents can just run away with the game. We are playing Holmes FR. Pack leader, #1 Mythic. All right. We're on the play. Let's hit him with the hello. Holmes FR. I love that, being #1 and then having pack leader. That's pretty cool. I wonder what the #1 Mythic player is playing. Are they like a Boros Mardu aficionado? Are they a 5-color drafter? Of course, we're playing the #1 Mythic with no rares. All right, they kept their hand of 7. Black-white. All right, hit him with the blood flies. Mardu. We will attack. Looks like maybe they have removal for our hunter here. Nope. Flashing in a Kieran. Okay. Whale of War might be very good against them. Reigning Victor. Sure. Yeah, let's attack. See if they want to trade. They don't. All right, and then our Wayfarer, if we get a land, it puts a counter on the hunter, which is cool. But let's see what they're working with here. Ideally, they play something with 1 toughness. I would love if they dropped like two 2/2 drops that both have 1 toughness. That would be sweet. Yeah, that would like be the dream. They play 2/2 drops that have 1 toughness. And then we get to Wayfarer into Whale of War. But I assume they're probably going to like kill our trade route envoy. They're going to attack. We're going to not block. There's just too many tricks they could have that kill our stuff. What do we got? I am going to lead on my Wayfarer to try to put a counter on my hunter. Okay. Let's play Wayfarer. Let's get a swamp. Let's play the swamp. All right, I will, if they double block, I will Whale of War here. They might just go for the kill, though. If they don't block, I'll just hold my Whale of War. Hopefully surprise them on their turn. Definitely interested in what they're going to do here. Nothing. All right. Well, let's see what they got. This is currently 10 damage. So they have to kill and pump. Interested what they'll attack with. Just the victor. All right. No blocks. This is 6 damage. They need 5 more. What do you got, my friend? Nothing. Okay. All right, they have 4 mana open. I think I just attack. See what they do. That's pretty good. All right, if they have removal, they win. Nothing we could really do there. I guess they have +3/+0, they win too. All right, they got it. Pretty good. Yeah, they only drew 4 lands beneficial for them. Meanwhile, we had 7. But hey, that was, yeah, I mean, we could have done, I mean, I think they played it really well. They had a sweet rare that gained them 3 life. That was pretty sweet, and dealt me 3 damage. Hard to account for those. Yeah, I wonder if there was something else we could have done there. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think there's really any way. So they would have just exiled whatever we played. I'm trying to think if we got the pummeler back to put 2/1/1 counters. I don't think would have worked. All right, on the play, we got a 2-drop. We like seeing that. We will play our Devotee. They have their own. We'll attack. They're going for the trade. I think I kind of like getting the Devotee back here. And then going double 2-drop next turn. And then Host of the Hereafter with Snakeskin Veil the turn after that. Nightblade Brigade. Alright. They are splashing white. Good to note. We will just stick to our plan here. Pass the turn. Yeah, like right now, them attacking is kind of like big whoop, you know? They deal 1, we block the 1/1. And I mean, like, if they use something to pump, also doesn't really matter. I guess if they had give my guys -1/-1, it'd be bad, but not that bad. All right. We'll play the host first. So when we attack, they lose a life. All right, they are getting their Devotee back, and we'll pass. All right, and now we're in like a pretty good spot here. They found their 4th land. We have our Snakeskin Veil up. Next turn, we can Wayfarer. Herd Heirloom. It's a good card. They currently have no 4 toughness creatures, though. And a Devotee. Sure. I think we kill that. So we can attack. Yeah, so now we still get to hold up Snakeskin. With the host out, I like having a counter on the Wayfarer over a 6th land. We get Kintree Nurturer down, we'll put a counter on it as well. Again, it just makes everything really awkward for the opponent when they're trying to trade and your counters can just go somewhere else. But we'll see what Ricky's got. He has 6 mana. available. They're looking at host. I don't know what the worst things to see would be. What are we thinking, Ricky? Stalwart successor. Okay. Let's draw a card. And let's attack. I have to see what their plan is. 3 mana open. They could have like -3/-3 and kill my host. But I don't know. They could pump their stalwart successor. I mean, we'll just snakeskin veil that. All right, and we got there. Sweet. All right, moving back up. All right, let's keep these wins coming. That one felt good. Curve felt solid. No complaints there. Playing against Cody. What's up, Cody? We've got green, we've got black, we've got 2 drops, 3 drops. We got our Synchronized Charge, which we haven't seen one yet. All right, seems solid so far. Wayfarer, green, blue, black, white, red. Okay, they are 5 color. Yep, black, blue, white. Yeah. Sandstep Citadel. Sure. We will attack. We do need to stop drawing lands. I would rather get this one countered, so I'm going to play this one first. Versus the Attuned Hunter. And it does get countered. 4 mana. They're missing red. That is fine by me. Do they have -3/-3? What could they have? Green, black, white, instant? Remove counters, sure. What do we want to do here? We could make this a 5/5. Let's just get our creatures down first. They're still missing red mana. Hopefully we can get a good synchronized charge in. Let's play a host. Let's play... I want to just synchronize charge. Yeah, let's see what they have. Let's try doing this. I mean, it seems like they have something. And then we'll attack with these 2. I just have nothing? Still missing red mana. Alright, let's synchronize charge. What do you got? +2/+2? Snakeskin mail. Alright. Works for me. I'm going to wait on my other synchronized charge. Yeah, they're just ripping lands, it looks like. Alright, we got there. Yeah, sometimes that happens in those land decks. You just draw lands. And they had no red still. I don't know how many red cards they had, but we saw the Jeskai Dragon. So at least a couple. Alright, there's another win for a solid curve. Alright. Dire warning. Alright, we got 2-drops to find our 3-drops. Hand looks good. Host, 3-drop. I mean, a 2-drop to find our lands. Yeah, so we can cast our 3-drop. Then we can double spell at some point. Seems solid. We'll keep it. We are on the draw. Alright, since we found our 3rd land, I think I'm going to lead on the Bloodflies. Alright. I will block that. Yeah, I got... That is fine by me. If you want to cast a spell... Yeah, that... that is A-okay with me. Let's play... Do I want a counter? I think I do want a counter since I have my host coming down. Alright, it's fair. Alright, let's try to find a land. Perfect. Let's go Leopard. Leopard plays defense a little better if they have any more mobilized tokens. Looks like they're just black-white. Usually the black-white decks aren't as fast. They're a little more grindy. Fair. What do I want to play? Let's go champion, hold up Snakeskin Veil. We do have to do something about this Kieran. It's just going to kill us. Which is an issue. Yeah, pack base. We might just get outvalued here on the draw. Do I want host or do I want to play these two? I'm down to play these two. Let's get all of our creatures down. I'm fine trading these off. 7 lands. Still just attacking us for 2. That's a good draw. You need to start attacking here. I don't want to attack with any of my... They can just get their devotee back. Yeah, I'm just going to Snakeskin Veil, see what they have. Do they have removal? Alright, I don't know what they have. They seem to have something. It could be a pump spell. Initiate can make some big bodies. Synchronized Charge is pretty good. Let's play Alchemist. And let's go... Counter. Counter. And then... Let's go... Counter... Counter, counter. And then let's see how they block. Everything has vigilance. They can do a 1-for-1 with the Pack Beast. No blocks, which is a little scary. But we'll see what they got. I will just be blocking everything. Yeah. Block. 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 Just block like that. I don't know, if they have like a double pump for the Kieran, I guess they could win. Duty Beyond Death does not win. Alright, nice. Got there. And that's why Synchronized Charge is one of the best cards you can have here. Sweet. Alright, and we're cruising. 3 wins.